Alrighty guys, what is going on? I'm Tubby Emu. We're talking about Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho in this one because of what happened on Monday Night Raw last week. You know, I was really intrigued with the chemistry that Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho had. At first, when Chris Jericho came out and was talking about Daniel Bryan, I thought he was kind of like making fun of him. It almost seemed, though, he was putting him over. You know, they were a tag team and they looked very good together. They, backstage the yes, ever again, yes, ever, yes. It seems like the perfect tag team, kind of like Jericho. I would love to see if, the WWE wanted to keep the title on CM Punk. I'd be perfectly fine with that if Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho were a tag team before Chris Jericho left to go back and play in the band with Fozzy. I would love to see that. The way their chemistry between the two, and you guys may know what I'm talking about, was absolutely spectacular. And Daniel Bryan could learn so much. I mean, Daniel Bryan already knows the wrestling game. But Chris Jericho's mic skills, his, pitches for everything that he's done in his career, he has got such a promising career, Daniel Bryan, if he keeps going, the way he is. And Chris Jericho could elevate that to a completely new level if these two guys paired together. Or even if they had a feud, down the road. I would love to see it. There was just something about it when they were doing the yes chants and the never again. It felt, very natural. It felt kind of like a real chemistry between the two. Because, at first I was like, well, this sucks. He's just like, bashing him. And, the whole coat thing, your coat's maroon. And it seemed like he was kind of burying him. But then, the whole, flashy jacket, it just worked so good. So I want to see Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. Not Daniel Bryan and CM Punk. I want to see Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho in a tag team, or at least have a 3-month feud, kind of like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk is now. Because as much as I love seeing Daniel Bryan and CM Punk matches, and we're going to get to see probably 2 or 3 more of them, and in the rest of the WWE, we're probably going to get to see a lot of matches between the two. But, and I don't want to say this, but it's probably going to get a little stale, leading up for a few months. And this would be a good variation on it. Seeing Chris Jericho and Daniel Bryan working together. You've already had Chris Jericho and CM Punk put on some awesome matches that were super entertaining to watch. And I think Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho could go out there and steal the show. And I don't know where the feud would come from, what the point would be. But it's something that I would love to see. So what I want to know from you guys is, what would you name this tag team? I want to know what you guys think. If you were WWE creative and you were like, hey, let's put Daniel Bryan and Chris Jericho in a tag team because they're so fucking awesome, what would you name them? Chris Jericho before was Jericho with, Big Show in a tag team. There was Show Miz. Those kind of names came together. Jerabri. I don't know. Whatever you guys can come up with. I want to see who comes up with the best suggestions, so make sure to leave yours in the comment section below. Or maybe you don't want to see him as a tag team. Maybe you're not a huge Daniel Bryan fan, or maybe you don't like Chris Jericho. That's perfectly fine and understandable. Not everybody likes Jericho, and not everybody likes Daniel Bryan. A lot of people think Daniel Bryan's boring or has a long way to go, but trust me, guys, Daniel Bryan will be one of the top wrestlers in the WWE. As long as, they keep pushing him and he doesn't fall back down to that mid-card, I have a huge feeling that Daniel Bryan's going to be a success. My boy D. Bryan, big code breaker, 1 knee code breaker from Chris Jericho. I'm Tubby Emu. Make sure to smash that like button. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. What would you call him?